Ghana's quest for consecutive wins in this competition has continued after their goalless draw with England on Tuesday. But the Black Stars understandably celebrated that stalemate as if they gained 2 more points. Despite giving up 78.8% of the ball to Thomas Tuchel's side, Ghana were very dogged in their defending. That's been hailed as some of the best that has ever been seen by the England manager Thomas Tuchel. And they were very, very good at the back, Ghana, and they could not feel aggrieved at not being awarded a spot kick as well when Ezri Konsa went flying in to Prince Kwabena Adu. Still only trailing England on goal difference. Ghana can once again afford to play for that draw to secure that second spot, and they have not reached the knockout stages since their historic run to the quarter-finals in 2010. However, Carlos Queiroz' side could be made to pay for slow starts. They yet to have a shot on target in the first half of a match of this competition. A failure to take all 3 points against England means that Ghana boasts just 1 win from the last 6 matches to boot, although a third stalemate from 4 is all that is required to get them that top 2 finish from their first ever meeting with the 2018 finalists. Let's talk you through the lineups in Philadelphia, starting with Croatia. So Vlasic, Susic, all into siding in place of Paslic, Vardiol and Musa. So lineup in forwards: Dominic Livakovic, backline Josip Stanisic, Josip Satalo, Marin Pongracic and Ivan Perisic, Luka Modrić and Mateo Kovačić, the midfield pivot, Nikola Vlasic on the right, Martin Baturina on the left, and Petar Susic just in behind Ante Budimir. As for Ghana, Sulemana is in the attack. Lukasen comes in for Opoku at centre-back, and Owusu replaces Yerenki in midfield. Full lineup is Benjamin Asare in goal. Marvin Sinai had a man-of-match performance against England, locking up Anthony Gordon on that England left-hand side, and accompanying him in defence is Jonas Ajete. As I mentioned, Derek Lukasen comes into the back line, and Gideon Mensah completes the defence. It's Alicia Owusu, Thomas Partey and Kwasi Sibo, the midfield 3, and the attacking trio for Ghana is Antoine Semenyo on the left, Kamaldeen Sulemana mentioned a moment ago, he's come to the side, and Jornai, the skipper, leading the line. Benches as follows: Croatia's is Josko Vardiol, Dio Chaleta Sar, Nicolo Moro, Andre Kramric, Ivo Pandur, Mario Paslic, Christian Jakic, Tony Fruk, Igor Matanovic, Luka Susic, Luka Vuskovic, Dominic Katarski, Marko Paslic, Martin Erlich and Petar Musa. As for Ghana, it's Lawrence Atizigi, Alidu Saidu, Caleb Yerenki, Abdul Mumin, Abdul Fatawu, Brandon Thomas Asante, Joseph Anang. It is also on the bench as Krista Bonsu Bar, Baba Rahman, Jerome Opoku, Iñaki Williams, who again couldn't really impact that game against England in terms of causing problems, so that's why he's been taken out the side. Augustine Boki, Kojo Apong, Ernest Numa and Prince Kwabena Adu. And that is the Ghana bench, all ready to get underway here in Philadelphia. So Ghana know they get a point, they will finish inside the top 2 in the group, but again Ghana know they'll be in the knockouts no matter what. Croatia just need to avoid a heavy defeat really. Again, you know, if they win, they know they'll get a top 2 spot, maybe possibly a top 1 of England step up against Panama. So Croatia will be the team to kick us off here in Philadelphia, but Ghana been so resolute this tournament so far, looking to make it a trio of clean sheets in the group. So it will be Luka Modrić who gets us underway here and gives it to Kovačić, now square to Stanisic. Here's Satalo and moves it along to Pongracic, out to Ivan Perisic, rolls it forwards, Baturina holds it up. No, was Baturina fouled there? Looks like it is a free kick to Croatia, just clipped from behind from Sinai. So Early free kick for Croatia, just beyond halfway line. It's tapped short to Kovačić. It is Zlatko. Josip Zlatko, he touches with his right foot. Zlatko looking for help, just a short square pass now to Pongracic. Zlatko again. Zlatko, a few more touches with his right foot. Slowly bring it towards the centre. Rolls it to Pongracic. Tap now to Perisic. Semenyo chasing him down. It's across the back line to Zlatko. Tap now to Modrić, his first touch of the match. On first touch, apart from the kick-off, of course. Modrić links up with Zlatko. Croatia have it just behind the centre circle with Kovačić. And knocks it short to Modrić. First time, swept just beyond the centre circle to Pongracic. Pass over halfway to Perisic. Baturina asking for it. Perisic about 10 yards over halfway. Again, short infield to Kovačić in line with the centre circle. Now plays it inside of it to Zlatko. And it's passed about 5 yards forward to Stanisic. Back in the Croatia half now with Zlatko. Croatia dominating possession in the opening minute and a half here. Here's Pongracic on the ball. Croatia just beyond the halfway line with Kovačić. Knocks it back to Modrić. Modrić now right-footed over halfway. Perisic now with the dummy, but just went out of play. It was a good idea there from Perisic to dummy the ball. Just hoping that was going to be a runner behind. It wasn't in the end, and now Sinai takes a throw short to Partey. There's Sinai back here for Jetty, and Jetty just slices it out of play. Sinai unhappy with the centre-back, but not a great moment there for Jetty on the ball. Had time to maybe just at least loft it more accurately out the fence. So Croatia have been gifted a throw. Just over 2 minutes played it in Philadelphia. Perisic to take the throw in line with the penalty area. Kovačić and Perisic combined. Good tackle there from Sinai. Semenyo flicks it out to Partey. Thomas Partey goes long towards the centre circle. Easy control for Zlatko. Trying to wrong for Ayew. Zlatko just goes backwards now to Livakovic. Pongracic. Just over 2.5 minutes gone in Philadelphia. In Croatia, unsurprisingly dominating the ball. And Modrić links up short with Vlasic. And now here's Sučić. Just on halfway, Stanisic. Josip Stanisic back to Zlatko. Zlatko now bring it towards the halfway line. Still Zlatko now into the Croatia half. Zlatko looks towards the left-hand side and whips that pass too far behind a Baturina. Yeah, poor distribution there for Zlatko. Now can Ghana push up the pitch? Well, Sinai throws it backwards to Ajete. Here's Thomas Partey going in between the two centre-backs. Lukassen's on for a square pass to his left. Instead, Partey gives it to Owusu. Now Sibo in the centre circle receives it square from Owusu. And now here's Ghana just over halfway. Mensah looks to go down line, instead goes backwards in the end into the feet of Lukassen. Thomas Partey. It's forming that back three at the moment. Ghana just behind the centre circle with Sibo. Tap to Thomas Partey. Now Partey lifts it on the left-hand side. Ayew beating the air from Zlatko, but now Ghana win it back on left. It was actually too much of a strong challenge from Sulemana there on Sučić. So it will be a Croatia free kick. And I have to say, he's a little bit over-aggressive there from Sulemana and Sučić. So it's a short free kick played now from Croatia on the inside left. 10 yards behind halfway. Modrić now moves it along to his right to Zlatko. And now Pongracic into the centre circle. Pongracic goes square to Kovačić over halfway. Baturina tackle, it deflects forwards. Now Lukassen controls that ball that deflected forwards. Back now to Asare. Asare in his light blue kit has time just to roll it forwards to Partey. Now Sibo trying to make himself available. Instead goes to Semenyo dropping deep. Here's Partey. Sees that from Ajete. Now Ayew just beyond the halfway line. Moves it forwards on the left to Mensah. Ayew continuing to run forwards. Ayew now drops short again to link up with Mensah. Mensah now rolls it forwards on the left. Sulemana. Sulemana can't take it beyond his man in Stanisic. That's a great tackle there from Stanisic. Now Stanisic leveled the penalty area. Plays it between the legs of Zlatko. It's now back with Livakovic. Being chased out from Ayew though. Livakovic under pressure and just passed it straight out of touch. It was good closing down there from Ayew. Not let Luka Modrić have a moment's peace. So it's the throw for Ghana. Semenyo throws it short. Semenyo gets it returned back to him. And now Ghana moving it backwards. Here is Owusu. And Asibo, just by the centre circle, plays it through it to Lukasen. Lukasen's over halfway. Lukasen, it's the feet of Sibo. Lukasen now has the ball in halfway. Here's Ajete. Sibo dropping towards him in the centre circle. So he looks for Owusu. Owusu's pass deflects off of Kovačić and goes forwards, but Ghana do have it right back. Sanaya goes to pass it to Sare. Now Lukasen coming up towards the halfway line. 5-yard forward pass, sharp turn for Sulemana. Taps over halfway to Mensah. And Mensah back on the halfway line, goes in the centre circle to Partey. Partey under pressure from Budimir. Holds on to it though. It's nice and cool, Partey. Him and Sinai combine. Ghana still inside the half. Partey's pass goes 2 yards over halfway to Semenyo. Semenyo cutting inside. Rolls it forwards. Semenyo trying to combine with a teammate, but Kovačić steps in and tackles. And now here's Sutic in the centre circle. Comes out of it, pokes it forwards on the left-hand side. Sutic saying he was obstructed, nothing given by the referee. Ayew travels over halfway, doesn't have anything on, so knocks it backwards to Mensah. Is Sibo. Now Ajete. Pass goes back 4 yards over halfway to Sanaya. And now it's back in the centre circle with Partey. To Lukasen. Just over 7 minutes gone in Philadelphia, Croatia 0, Ghana 0. Just a reminder, if you are watching the match as well as listening to us, make sure you are watching it. We've got a local broadcaster, Suleiman on the halfway line, plays it through the centre circle. Ajete taps it to Partey. Thomas Partey, right-footed. Square into the feet, Lukasen walks it over halfway. Lukasen to Partey. Lukasen on the ball once more. Partey in the centre circle. And just taps it to Ajete. Ajete back to Partey. Now Thomas Partey wants a pass towards the inside right. Semenyo miscontrols though. Kovačić, he's fouled in the centre circle by Ayew. And that will be a free kick to Croatia. 8 minutes gone in Philadelphia. No real big chances created in that time. I'll update you if there's any goals in that Panama-England game in New Jersey. Now here comes Croatia. Down left-hand side, Baturina puts the delivery towards Budimir, but too high for Ante Budimir in the end. And a pretty easy catch for Benjamin Asare. Good work though from Croatia. Sprint out towards left-hand side. Cross too high. Asare's throw to Mensah. Now here's Partey. Owusu coming up towards the halfway line. Left with the centre circle. Goes it back inside it to Partey. Partey taps it in the centre circle to Sibo. Partey again. Gone now, loft over halfway through Lukasen, but way too far ahead of Sulemana. There's the only real option on though for Lukasen to go long towards. Stanisic throw. Modrić traps it. Stanisic again. Now Satalo. Goes to Satalo right in the middle of his own half. And a light pass to Kovačić. Turns onto his right foot. 4 yards shy of the centre circle. Back to Satalo. Now Pongracic in charge of the ball. Pongracic coming towards the centre circle. Now just stops the ball. Kovačić, pass goes over halfway. Perisic. Baturina wants it inside. Perisic just over 10 yards into Ghana half. Now back to Kovačić. On halfway with Pongracic in the centre circle. Moved along to Modrić. Now picks out the forward pass on the right hand side to Sucic. Sucic, his pass deflects in the box. And turn and clearance from Mensah. And now Sulemana drives it out of his own area. And now Sulemana pokes it to Ayew just beyond halfway. Tackle now. Loose up in the air. Satalo on the tackle. Modrić knocks it forwards. But Mensah steps onto the ball. He gives it to Partey. And now Croatia can play it out from the back with Ajete to Sinai. Inside to Partey. Just over 10 minutes gone here. In Philadelphia, Croatia 0, Ghana 0. Sibo now. flicked over the halfway line, square out to the left wing to Mensah now. Pass goes back on the halfway line to Lukasen. Bit of a chance now for Ghana to try and get a good foothold in this game. In the centre circle with Partey. It's square to his right to Ajete. Now Partey again moves it through the centre circle over halfway. Square now to Lukasen. Scoop forward to Mensah. Satala steps forwards, gets it back in the Ghana half. It is Lukasen on the ball. Now Partey. And coming towards Partey, Sibo. So roll past to Sibo, it's inside the centre circle, whips it towards the right, it's on the halfway line with Senaya. Senaya been well closed down from Baturina. Ghana just move it further back. Now Partey receives it from Ajete, Lukasen. About 3 yards in front of him on the halfway line to Mensah now. Lukasen goes to the diagonal ball, look at the runner, Semenyo. Nowhere near finding his intended target at the end. The idea wasn't bad, but the execution way too much on that long pass. Goal kick taken short from Livakovic. Walked out the box from Satalo. And now Pongracic stops the ball. His left foot. Tap to Satalo. Modrić making a run in behind of Ayew. Ayew spots that to quickly close down the space. Satalo just goes square to Pongracic. It is Perisic on the halfway line. Back to Pongracic. Satalo. Pongracic again. Kovačić forwards to his left, just behind the halfway line. Instead, Pongracic walks it in the centre circle, square to Satalo on the halfway line. Here's Stanisic. 5-yard forward pass to Petr Susic. Now goes backwards to Stanisic in the centre circle here with Satalo. Again, Kovačić to Pongracic. Rolls it through the middle. Pick up nice pocket spaces. Vlasic. Now square to Susic. Now Vlasic inside right. Infield. Kovačić takes heavy touch in the box. Kovačić wins it back. Holds on to it well. Stanisic rolls it down the right. First line cross from Petr Susic. It's blocked from Lukasen. And it will be a corner kick for Croatia. In fact, no, it'll be a throw, I beg your pardon, on the right-hand side, level with the penalty area. Stanisic throws it backwards to Satalo. Pongracic, by the centre circle in the Croatia half. And Satalo, 5-yard forward pass laid back to him from Vlasic. Now Susic. Satalo on the ball. Turn from Petr Susic just over halfway. Modrić in the centre circle. Cross it in front of him to Vlasic. Modrić again now plants out towards the inside right. Vlasic backwards to Susic. Now Susic to Pongracic. Pongracic again links up with Baturina. Pongracic on the halfway line. Slightly heavy pass, but still control from Stanisic. 3 yards in the Ghana half. Satalo. Half turn for Kovačić in the centre circle, just over halfway. Goes to his right to Modrić. Modrić now, the typical Modrić light pass, switch of play onto the chest of Perisic. Down the right hand side here for Baturina. Baturina's cross, too heavy. Poked away from Sibo. And now here is Owusu. Good strength against Owusu. Now puts it through the legs of Modrić. Owusu needs support. Has to play it backwards. It's the Black Stars midfielder. Ajete to Partey. So Thomas Partey. Turns it to Jonas Ajete. Senaya. No forward pass on that far side flank. So it's Ajete again. 3 yards behind the centre circle. Partey now inside it. Partey rolls it right-footed. Jonas Ajete, diagonal ball looking in behind for Sulemana on the inside left edge of the box. It's flicked away though from Vlasic. Susic picks up the second ball. And now Stanisic direct. Looking for Budimir. Beaten the air from Lukasen. Flicked on for Partey. Control just behind the centre circle on the Croatia from Petr Susic. Now time in possession for Kovačić. Modrić taps it back to Kovačić. Kovačić 5 yards behind the halfway. Mateo Kovačić plays it across the face of Modrić to Satalo. Satalo now walks into the Croatia half. Little roll the ball, Satalo with his right foot. Satalo moves it in line with him to his right to Stanisic. Stanisic, diagonal ball. And in the end, it did come off the top of Baturina's head, but couldn't keep the ball in play. Just over a quarter an hour gone here in Philadelphia. Goalless between Croatia and Ghana. Nothing really significant happened that time. We'll update you if there's any goals in the Panama-England game. There was to be a goal from either of these sides. It stays as it is in New Jersey, then winning this game would win the group. Mensah, 3 yards behind halfway, being closed down from Vlasic. Just plays it to his right side defensive partner, left side defense partner in Lukasa. Ajete, Derek Lukasa, one touch to take it into the Croatia half. Moves it along to Mensah. Now Mensah forwards on the inside left. It's a poor backwards pass to Sulemana. Here comes Croatia. Budimir goes square, pass slightly behind of Baturina. Baturina still has it. Square to Vlasic. Now Vlasic goes to a shot off the post. First big opportunity of this contest. And it was a Croatian counter, which almost resulted in the opening goal in Philadelphia. Slack back pass from Sulemana. Budimir squared it to his left. It was set up from Budimir for Vlasic. Vlasic had space inside right, close to D, hit it low right-footed. It came off Asare's left-hand post. Still goalless, but first big opportunity in for Croatia. So here is Ghana now going backwards to Thomas Partey in halfway. Sebo in the centre circle. Taps it to Lukasen. Mensah just on the midway inside the opponent's half. Mensah goes backwards to Lukasen on the halfway line. Squared across the centre circle. Ajete now line breaking pass down the inside right. Held up here well from Owusu. Owusu just under 30 yards and goal now. Links up with Senai. Partey. Here's Ajete, 3 yards in front halfway. Forwards for Senai. Back to Ajete. Now Partey lets him run across him in the centre circle in the Ghana half. Now it's a turn from Lukasen. Acres of space on the ball for Lukasen. Ghana over halfway. Mensah inside. Partey's forward pass knocked on now to Ayew by Sebo. Squared to Sulemana. Goes about 5 yards behind him to Mensah. Mensah's got forward pass on. Croatia a well-organised shape. So Mensah goes short to Sulemana and his left-sided partner clips it back in the centre circle for Ajete. Lukasen on the halfway line. 80 minutes played it. It is Croatia 0, Ghana 0. Ghana now in possession, inside left. Sulemana turns, he's tackled by Sutic. It deflected surely off Sulemana last. And it looks like the officials have given that in Croatia's way, and I think rightly so. Saw the naked eye, it took a deflection off of Kamaldeen Sulemana. So Croatian throw to be taken with Stanisic midway inside his half. Controlled it. Petar Susic. Now Petar Susic with a switch of play onto the chest of Perisic. Easy control for Perisic. Tapped it to Kovačić. Kovačić now approaching the centre circle. Mateo Kovačić, right-footed pass. Zlatko traps it. Stanisic, couple yards behind the halfway at the right back. Again plays a short forward pass to Susic. Now Susic on the halfway line. He plays possession back in central defence to Zlatko. Kovačić. Pass goes 5 yards over halfway to Perisic. Now Kovačić again in the centre circle in this half. Kovačić rolls it to Zlatko. 4 yards over halfway. Zlatko into the feet of Vlasic. Vlasic square. Control from Kovačić inside right. Vlasic, again first time pass backwards to Zlatko. Just about in the Ghana half. It's in the centre circle here with Pongracic. Perisic rolls it back to Pongracic. Croatia in the centre circle. Pongracic right footed. Zlatko inside right. Short forward pass to Vlasic infield. Surely there was a pull there from Sebo. There was indeed on Sucic. So free kick for Croatia. Yeah, it was a clear, I actually say clear pull. Looking at it again, it was a little bit light. Probably, I'd still say enough for a free kick. And a few minutes ago, that Vlasic effort just behind the D. Hit the post, so close. Again, it's going to take a heavy defeat for Croatia to not be the knockouts at all. So, free kick for Croatia inside right. Just shy of 30 yards from the target. Of course, it'll be Luka Modrić behind it. Just over 20 minutes gone. Could Ghana draw first blood here? So it is Sučić standing square onto the ball, but it absolutely will be Modrić to take this. Modrić whips in right foot to header well over the bar. It was met by the head over Pongracic. Couldn't keep it down though. Such an inviting delivery. In with the right boot of Luka Modrić. Well, Pongracic was definitely onside. Yeah, rose above Owusu. And nowhere near keeping that header down. The Croatian centre Partey looks to clip over the top to Ayew. Headed away from Pongracic. Turn here from Budimir. Squares it in the centre circle now for Sučić. Vlasic first time pass back on the halfway line for Stanisic. Vlasic again. Now it's Stanisic once more. Croatia middle their half with Satalo. Pongracic. Tap to Modrić, level with the centre circle. Luka Modrić. 5-yard pass to Baturina. Modrić traps it. Modrić prods over halfway. Nice turn for Baturina. Modrić hanging out left wing at the moment. Now Baturina returns it to Modrić. Modrić slowly moving down the left-hand side. And Modrić manipulating the ball so well. Modrić then, was he just caught from behind for Tsanaya? I thought that was enough for a free kick. Tsanaya accusing a legendary veteran midfielder of diving. And maybe Tsanaya did get a piece of the ball. Croatia take the free kick backwards anyway. Now Satalo inside right, 35 yards and goal. We're towards the back post, but Asare was always in control of that situation. Again, Budimir was trying to rise towards the ball, but Asare is always going to get to it and catch it. Asare rolls it to Lukasen. So Lukasen to Ajete. Just behind the centre circle with Semenyo. Ajete again. And now Sinai. Semenyo on the halfway line. Turns, no full pass on. Square in the centre circle to Partey. Thomas Partey now. Over halfway, right footed forward pass. Knocked back with some Mensah. First time from Lukasen. It is Sibo in the centre circle. 5 yards backwards to Ajete. Partey. 5 yards behind the centre spot. Now Ghana over halfway, just about with Mensah. Attempting a 1-2 Sumana. Sumana then goes backwards on the halfway line to Lukasen. Partey in the centre circle. First time square pass and Sibo in the centre circle. Got a slack pass there from Wusu. Croatia just over halfway. It's given to Modrić. Has a poor pass towards Modrić in the end from Baturina. Ghana holds up on the centre circle with Semenyo. Then Owusu caught in possession. Here comes Croatia inside left. Baturina into the box. Baturina's pass. Budimir trying to turn his man. But it was just a coming together between Budimir and Lukasen. There's no way the referee will give a penalty for that. It was just a natural coming together in the box. They both went down together. And Sarri just rolls it to Partey. Partey almost turns into trouble. Partey goes down, but he was fouled from Budimir. But Partey wanted too long on the ball. Takes the quick free kick. Thomas Partey to Ajete. Semenyo walks into the centre circles. Now over halfway. Stops the ball completely. Squares it left-footed to Sinai. Sinai turns. Go back to Ajete. Partey in the centre circle. Rolled left-footed to Ajete. Ajete again brings Thomas Partey into the game once more. Just rolled square to Ajete, 3 yards over halfway. And that side to Sibo, to Ajete. Ajete's pass couldn't be kept in play. In the end for Semenyo. Just actually saw it was a Sinai. There's a player trying to keep that in play. It was a really slack pass there from Ajete. You can see why Sinai is frustrated. So now into the hydration break. And goalless here in Philadelphia. And both sides realistically know they will be in the knockouts. And again, I suppose in this competition, there's been an expansion of the amount of teams up to 64. It's producing great stories, but I think that the third place, in terms of the battle for third place, that has drawn a bit of criticism that maybe some games can be stalemates, and there's questions over whether the head-to-heads records working over the natural goal difference. But of course, it does come down to goal difference in the third place table. But then, you mentioned that just as the criticism of his own, but it should just be, you know, top two the traditional way, going through to the next round of the tournament. I have to say, by the way, just looking back at the instance in Lukasen and Budimir, it was more of an arm around the waist from Lukasen than I initially thought. Maybe there was a slight case actually for Ante Budimir to possibly get a penalty. I have to say, the naked eye, though, do not blame the referee not giving it all, because Drew Fisher, the man in the middle in this match. To me, the naked eye, I didn't look at the penalty, so certainly can't blame the referee there. Croatia have such a never say die mentality. It's always as fierce during this competition. Also draw motivation from feel underrated or disrespect. That was particularly shown when they actually played England in the 2018 semi-final. Turned it around to win 2-1. And weren't keen on the attitude of some of the England fans towards Croatia. Thought we could easily win that, and England did score early through Kieran Trippier, but it was a great comeback for Croatia. Stay calm, dominate the ball. Couldn't beat France in the final, though. Incredible achievement, by the way, Luka Modrić to get 200 caps. Again, will remain in Croatian football history forever. And Zlatko Dalić, and he's been tagged, obviously, always one of the big players in the back line, but again, it's the bench tonight. Zlatko Dalić. So the drinks break now is over. And Ghana, just such a solid outfit. And I said about this of Croatia, but Ghana great that as well. This tournament, they had that attacking depth, obviously, like Semenyo inside again. Iñaki Williams on the bench, so back on the way now. Croatia take the throw, and here is Satalo on the ball. Modrić dropping him between the two centre backs. Square to Satalo. And just a short passes right to Stanisic. Back to Satalo. Now Pongracic. Approaching halfway. Right footed pass. Zip to Perisic. Returns it back to the left sided centre back. Pongracic along the defensive line to Satalo. Stanisic 3 yards behind the halfway line. Being closed down for Suleiman, so Stanisic just has to play in line with him instead of forwards to Satalo. Satalo has room now to bring it to the centre circle. Diagonal ball looking for Batterina. He's beaten the air though from Sinai. Semenyo fails to carry it forwards. He's dispossessed in the end. And now Croatia down the left hand side with Batterina. Batterina was clipped there, and it will be a Croatia free kick inside right. It was Wusu with the foul. Definite clip there from Wusu on the ankle of Batterina. Glide inside. There was a lunge there towards Batterina from Marvin Sinai. So free kick for Croatia. Just about 30 yards out, I'd say. Luka Modrić to take it inside right, coming up to the half-hour mark in Philadelphia. Can Croatia break the deadlock? Modrić free kick header towards goal, but straight at the goalkeeper. Looks to be met by the head of Ivan Perisic. Didn't have a lot of power on it though. It was pretty routine for Sarri. So Sarri rolls it to Lukasen. Slowing himself down now, Derek Lukasen. Just taps it to Partey. It is Owusu having to go back to Ajete. Partey. Just a yard shy of the centre circle. Square to Ajete. Walking with the ball here. Partey in possession once more. Partey in the centre circle. Zlatko being closed down from Partey. Now Budimir closing down himself on Partey, but Croatia keep possession in their defence. Lukasen to Partey. Square across what was a back three at the moment. Zlatko gets a pass away, but only as far as Perisic. Rolls it down the left foot. Budimir. Partey. Now Partey backwards to Perisic, and Ghana in their shape. Modrić inside left. Behind him for Kovačić. 7-yard full pass on the right to Perisic. Back inside to Kovačić. And now is Petar Susic. Susic goes to the shot! And it's drilled brilliantly into the bottom left-hand corner. Lovely strike from Petar Susic on the bouncer play. Just over the half-hour mark, Croatia deserves to be leading. That is a brilliant strike from Petar Susic early on this half. Vlasic had licence to strike from a similar distance. Ghana weren't punished on that occasion, but they certainly were on this one. Croatia, as it stands, are top of Group L. And Kovačić just squared it across into the centre. Petar Susic, round about, say 26 yards from goal, an estimate. And he caught that so sweetly. Laces of the right boot. The shot was driven through the legs of Lukasen. And that did put his keeper off slightly, but take nothing away from the sweet hit of the ball from Petar Susic. His first goal of this year's tournament. And it could be a big one. As I mentioned a moment ago, as it stands, Croatia lead Group L and the lead Ghana by 1-0. Back underway, so Ghana conceded their first goal of the tournament. Here's Lukasen, who's come into defence for tonight. Zlatko. Now Sinaya. Sharply closed down. Zlatko crossed the back to Lukasen. In the centre circle with Zlatko, turns on his right foot. And on halfway is Lukasen. Sulemana level with the centre. Sulemana now. A right-footed ball driven out to the far side, taken on the chest of Sinaya. Sinaya attempts a cross, it's blocked from Perisic. And it'll be a throw for Ghana. So can Ghana respond? Ghana know they will be in the knockouts. Throw headed away from Perisic. Ball now bouncing, Sinaya heads down, Semenyo edge of the area, pokes it inside. Now played back into the Croatia box and Susic. And it's cleared away from Pongracic. Ghana let the ball bounce, it's Mensah on the ball now, takes it at midway inside his half. And she has a clean hold the ball now, Mensah on the left back. Blaze it across the face of Lukasen to Zlatko. Here's Partey, now on halfway. Partey to Sinaya, now Marvin Sinaya. Down the right for Owusu. Owusu sandwiched in between two players, he's tackled. Partey, combining with Kovačić. Back inside towards Partey. Partey misses the ball, then wins the tackle. Inside, Partey goes down. And a free kick has been given against Ghana. Actually, it was Semenyo with the foul in the referee's eye. Semenyo furious, as well as Sibo. And have a look at it. Was a good tackle, actually, initially. There was a clip on the... Let's have a look. So Partey won a clean initial challenge, but again, I wouldn't say it was aggressive contact from Sibo. So it'll be a free kick for Croatia. Carlos Queiroz in his black jumper, the sleeves rolled up. And hands on hips, not looking best pleased at the moment, this side a goal down. 10 minutes of this half to go. Kovačić. Puts it back to Sutalo. Holds about 5 yards square to Pongracic. And I like pass to Modrić. Croatia inside left in their half. 8 yards beyond halfway. Now it's with Kovačić. The number 8 for Croatia. Kovačić almost caught from eye, but got his pass away quickly to Pongracic. He moves in the centre circles. Play out Right to Stanisic. Stanisic forward pass. Cut out from Mensah. Now Mensah holding off Vlasic. And again, Mensah peeling for a free kick. Nothing given. It's going to be a Croatia throw. Taken from Stanisic and then deflects off of Mensah for another Croatia throw. Vlasic will leave it for Stanisic to take. So Stanisic, he is preparing the long throw. Actually, fooled me there. Stanisic throws it short instead to Sučić, the Croatian goal scorer. Stanisic tackled on Sulemana. Another Croatia throw. A bit further away from goal this time, back midway in the Ghana half. Throw goes backwards to Zlatko Dalić, along the halfway line to Modrić. Modrić now bringing it forwards, inside right. Lays it off to Stanisic. Flips it back to Zlatko. Sučić in the centre circle. Sučić. Pass to his left to Kovačić. Now Modrić. Lays it back on the halfway line to Zlatko. Croatia dominating possession. Zlatko past the middle. Budimir just guides it back to the feet of Gračić. Moves it out to the left-hand side, midway in the Ghana half with Baturina. Baturina now clips it into the box for free header away for Mensah. Chests it down from Ayew, but Modrić intercepts. Croatia inside left. Kovačić just over 30 yards from goal. Moved out wide on the far side. Baturina trying to cut in, but Sinai sticking tight to it. Here's Modrić, midway in the Black Stars half. Modrić forward pass, well read from Partey, but Croatia get it back. And it's stepped up for a shot here for Kovačić to take. It's blocked though from Wusu. Croatia have it just over 35 yards from goal with Zlatko. Stanisic back to Zlatko, now level the centre circle. And Croatia have the ball inside of it with Kovačić. His foot on top of it. Modrić, 5-yard pass down the far side to Baturina. Here's Modrić. Croatia's very comfortable on the ball at the moment. Holds the good against Ghana. Top of Group L. England goalless with Panama as things stand in New Jersey. And Croatia go backwards to Vlasic. Level with the centre circle is Zlatko. On the side of it is Kovačić. Modrić. 5-yard pass through the middle to Sučić. Now Sučić moves his right to Zlatko. There's Sučić. Zlatko level with the centre. On the ball inside of it with Gračić. Again to Zlatko. Diagonal pass. Can he find his target? He does do so. Perisic heads it down the left-hand side. Baturina now trying to wrong foot his man. Does that against Ajete. Has Perisic in support behind him. Using Perisic. Puts the cross in too high though for Budimir at the back stick. And Perisic should be disappointed with that delivery. Should have done a lot better there in his execution. I'll take the short goal kick. Lukasen. Here's Partey. Thomas Partey feints to go direct, instead just squares it short to Sibo. Partey in possession again. That's in the centre circle with Wusu facing his own goal. Modrić pressurising him, but gets the pass away to Lukasen. Now dinks it on the inside left. It's Sulemana on the chase, and Sulemana puts enough pressure on Zlatko to clear it out for a throw. On the left-hand side for Ghana to take. 6 minutes left of this first half in Philadelphia. Croatia 1, Ghana 0. So Ghana take throw level with the penalty area. It's going backwards to Mensah. It is Lukasen. And now Partey located in the centre circle to his right. That's a brilliant forward pass from Ajete. And that's Semenyo into the box. Right side, Semenyo's ball across the face of goal. Just wide, it wasn't short. Actually, that was a cross or a shot there for Semenyo. So it went across the face of the box. Well, Ayew was caught on his heels. If Ayew got onto that, no, definite cross that was from Semenyo. I think actually Livakovic got a fingertip onto that, which wouldn't have helped Ayew's cause. The ball's gone towards him, but he should have gambled there, Ayew, and he might have still got a touch on it. Goal kick taken short from Croatia. That was a bit better there from Ghana, and they've got to give it to that man Semenyo. What a season he enjoyed with Bournemouth and Man City. Zlatko, wrong foot Ayew. Zlatko midway inside his half. 5 minutes left here in Philadelphia. Croatia 1, Ghana 0. Still Panama 0, England 0. 4 minutes left for that half. In Philadelphia, Modrić pings it just over halfway for Perisic to trap. Ghana haven't attempted a shot on target, and actually only one attempt in the 40 minutes played here so far. Kovačić and played along the back line to Satalo. It is Vlasic trying to move inside, but Sulemana sticking tight to him. Pass back over halfway to Vlasic from Satalo. And Stanisic back to Satalo. Modrić now being closed down from Sibo and Ayew, but Modrić combines with Satalo. It's passed in the deep, short from Livakovic to Pongratic. Again, Livakovic in his dark green kit clips it towards the halfway line. So flick backwards to Mensah, but does fall to Lukasen. Has plenty of time on the ball. And here is Ghana with Lukasen. Lukasen, right footed. Square to Ajete. Now Partey over halfway. Semenyo's pass. Backwards in defence in the Ghana half to Sinai. Down the centre circle with Ajete. Lukasen on the halfway line. 3-yard forward pass to Mensah. Lukasen again. Again goes to clip towards the inside right edge of the box. Semenyo wins the flick on. And Sinai's cross deflects into the path of Perisic. And he just drives it forward, so goes onto the right foot of Ajete. But no Croatian runner in behind, so it just rolls back comfortably to Asare. Promising position for Sinai to put a good cross in, but it just didn't happen in the end. So over halfway from Mensah. Nice dummy there for Sulemana to turn Stanisic. Heavy crossed over Sulemana, awful delivery. It's kept alive for Sinai, but then seen out for a goal kick by Perisic. Again, Sulemana's got to do so much better in that crossing position. Real waste, but last few minutes Ghana perked up in search for an equaliser. If Ghana can get an equaliser, we'll go back into the top two of Group L. As it stands, Croatia leading it on 6 points. England second on 5. Ghana third on 4. That will be enough for Ghana to qualify for knockouts. As Croatia take a goal kick short. And Satalo now clips it on the near side. More control from Vlasic, but pushed Mensah to the fall in the process. So free kick to Ghana, quickly taken from Mensah. Partey in the centre circle in the Croatian half. Now, he's still in the centre circle, but in Ghanaian territory with Ajete. Lukasen. That's a poor pass there from Mensah. Intercept out. It's a sharp turn for Vlasic. Here's Sucic now towards Budimir. Budimir holds it up. Right side of the penalty area. It's a tight angle for Budimir. Still holding up Budimir. Now has that support of Vlasic. Edge of the area, clips it towards the left-hand side, headed away from Sinai. That's nodded down for Kovačić from Perisic. Kovačić, just over 35 yards from goal. Again, Croatia moved it nicely down left-hand side. Perisic slow ball in towards Budimir. Cleared away from Ajete, the near post, bouncing now to Pongratic. Heads it forwards, laid off though for Semenyo. Partey to Sibo. It's back in the Ghanaian box with Lukasen. It is Sinai. Still midway inside his half. And now Ajete. Last minute normal time in this first half. Croatia 1, Ghana 0. Ghana trying to skip inside in the Croatia half with Sulemana. Goes down. He's rolling about holding his face, but nothing given in Ghana's favour. By the centre circle with Sucic. And now Kovačić, who's bang in the middle. 3 yards in front of the centre circle, just completely slowing things down there, Kovačić. Now Modrić, the master, dictating things. Modrić appearance 201. In the red and white Croatia. Modrić square to Satalo. And his forward pass goes wide right. Held up here from Stanisic. Stanisic square for Modrić. Now Croatia moving it further and further back. Stanisic's pass goes in the Croatian half to Satalo in the centre circle of Pongratic, and Croatia just looking to see out this first half professionally. Modrić on the ball, plays it through the centre circle. Lovely line breaking pass. Baturina keeps his balance and keeps the ball, but then tackled in the end from Wusu. Semenyo over halfway, but can't roll it. Hits the path of Ayew. Croatia back on the ball. 3 minutes of added on time in this first half in Philadelphia. It is Croatia 1, Ghana 0. Still Panama 0, England 0. And it's the first minute stoppage time there in New Jersey. Modrić gives it to Perisic, back to Modrić. 4 yards shy of halfway. Tap square to Kovačić, now in the centre circle. Here's Kovačić to Zlatko. Zlatko, 2 yards in front of halfway. Zlatko now picks out an option the forward line in the shape of Sučić, and he's clipped for Thomas Partey. That was a really good pass there for Zlatko, looking towards the forward line. Sučić had room, turned, and then Partey, 2 hands into the back of Sučić. So free kick in a decent position there for Croatia. So just over a minute into first half stoppage time, 3 added on in total. So Luka Modrić free kick. I don't think this is in shooting range. He's got to go for the delivery here. Luka Modrić. Sorry, making sure that everyone's organised. There's Modrić set to deliver. Midway into the 3 minutes of stoppage time. In this first half, Modrić free kick comes in. Header away there from Lukasen. Croatia just let it roll out for a throw. Zlatko just letting that one go out of touch. A Croatian throw on the left-hand side. Adjacent to the penalty area. Absolutely massive for Croatia. They could double their lead for the break. Perisic's throw backwards to Modrić. Croatia just throwing it safe back in their own half. It's a turn there for Zlatko, wrong foot in. Semenyo just moved across the near side. Now Croatia over halfway, Kovačić. Forwards on that far side to Baturina. In swing cross, and Baturina almost met by the stretch and boot of Sučić. He just couldn't quite get the touch he was hoping for. He's got that in his locker, Baturina. A dangerous in swing cross. And it was on the stretch, just couldn't quite be diverted towards goal from Mateo Sučić. So Ghana on the ball and halfway with Sinai. Ghana be quite relieved to hear the half-time whistle. Pretty toothless this first half, Ghana. It's a long ball forwards, headed away from Pongracic, flicked off for Kovačić. Now Budimir steps in. Baturina's pass, Kovačić over halfway. It's a good challenge one there from Sinai, who actually spoke too soon. Referee's awarded a free kick in favour of Croatia. No time to take it though. 3 minutes of stoppage time are up, and Croatia lead Ghana at the break. And as it stands, Croatia are top of the group. That's our
technique too. Through balls to near perfection, as well as keep hold of it. Shelko.
his goalkeeper. So here is Croatia just playing it along the box with Zlatko and Partey combining. Perisic short forward pass. Baturina flicks it down the left-hand side. No one getting onto it though. And it is Sibo who just plays it across the defensive line to Apong. It is Mensah wanting it. Instead of played back to Apong by Sulemana. Sibo in the centre circle in this half. Pass it along the halfway line to Mensah. Now down the left. Held up here from Ayew. Good hold up play from the skipper. Ayew now. A few more red and white shirts around him. Ayew. A few step overs now backwards to return it to Mensah. Infield to Partey. Just over 35 yards in goal. Ghana right in the middle of their half. Apong out here to Abdul Fatawu. Can he change the game second half? Fatawu skips inside. Fatawu! Almost the instant impact off the bench in his second half. Tricky feet from Fatawu. Cuts it inside. Wrapped his left foot around the ball. Couldn't quite keep it down, but that's more like it from Ghana. Had a few moments first half, but didn't really trouble Livakovic, although that didn't trouble Livakovic as well, but it was certainly more threatening than Ghana. Kick. It's a flick on from Budimir. Just a Lukasen into the feet of Apong. So Apong now. Yards behind the centre. Mensah, left-footed. It is Apong. Apong with the diagonal. Running onto it is Sinai. Sinai now lays it into the forward line, but couldn't find Ayew. Ayew just out-muscled in the end by Pongratic. Pongratic on the ball inside his area. Ayew closing down. Pongratic slits, but clips his pass forward. Bounces over the head of Vlasic. There's Budimir. Good strength to go over halfway on the left-hand side, but getting across really well there was Sinai. And Ghana back in possession is Asare. Brought out the box and Apong. 2.5 minutes played in this second half. Square across the back to Lukasen. Here's Thomas Partey. Partey floats it out towards the right. Well, it comes off Fatawu's head. It was always a little bit too high for Abdul Fatawu. That'll be a throw to Croatia. Midway in their half. 3 minutes played in the second half. Throw for Ivan Perisic to release. Perisic just go flick on for Budimir. They're pushing Budimir, nothing given. But running back onto the ball ahead of Baturina was Lukasen. Gives it to his goalkeeper now. Sare to Apong. Is Mensah. Semenyo. 3 yards behind halfway. There's a light pass back to his left-sided partner Mensah. Thomas Partey, right-footed. Ghana in the centre circle. It's Apong over halfway. And now Sinai inside, well read there from Perisic. And now ball taken around Sinai from Baturina. Baturina goes down, no free kick given though. Ghana in the centre circle with Apong. Played across halfway to Mensah. And now is Semenyo. Just shy of being midway inside the Croatian half. Mensah and Phil, Partey level with the centre circle. Now prods the ball inside of it to Sibo. Sibo left-footed. Play through the middle of the Croatia half out to Fatawu. Abdul Fatawu now heading towards the byline. Fatawu, what across him, headed away though from Satalo. That was a beautiful delivery. And Croatia go long, but it couldn't find a forward man. And Stanisic direct ball. That was a peach of a cross of Fatawu, begging for somebody to meet that. But nobody in the yellow shirt could make any connection. Speaking of Fatawu, passed it back now in the Ghanaian half to Lukasen. Apong. Mensah. Mensah bent it on the far side. Ayew now trying to turn, but good strength there for Zlatko. Ayew fighting to win it back. Now tackle on Zlatko. And Ghana do have it. Semenyo, first time pass, but in the end Semenyo's pass couldn't be controlled inside the box. And it's broken down for Ghana. Modrić, short forward pass, miscontrol from Baturina. And Sinai's forward ball out of play. Fatawu ball a moment ago. What a delivery. It was a brilliant head away in the end by Satalo. And Semenyo definitely the thumbs up to Vataru. So that's penalty put in the man in the yellow shirt, both from Croatia. Controlled here by Lukasen. In fact, that's actually a push on Lukasen. So it will be a free kick to Ghana. 5 minutes in this second half, and Carlos Queiroz bringing on Abdul Vataru. Certainly looks a good substitution, that's for sure. Vataru shot cold over. A couple of minutes this half, then shortly after that, just cross in the box, which Satalo did manage to head away. So free kick for Ghana, just shy of being 40 yards and goal. It's level with the Ghana technical area. Ayew clips it in, sails over everyone's head, and Stanisic just lets the ball run out for a goal kick. Smart decision from Stanisic. It looks like Semenyo sort of playing number 10 position now with Vataru's introduction to the game. Modrić linking up with Pongracic. Moved across the box now to Satalo. Satalo, long ball looking towards halfway. Another one there from Mensah, but Ghana do concede the throw. And Croatia just want to get fouled in that midfield with some Modrić and Kovačić dominating possession. Be, of course, the manager open for. Croatia throw backwards, that's in the D here with Pongracic. Turn, full pass and Perisic. A nice turn from Baturina on the left. Now Baturina has to hold up on halfway. Kovačić cut inside. Now a good strength there for Vataru. Vataru towards Semenyo. The ball's in behind of Semenyo though. Couldn't trap it. And Semenyo did get shot away, but the ball had already gone out of play. It was from a tight angle. Didn't even reach the side net and sort of just hit it behind the goal. Semenyo, but the ball had already gone out. And it was really well won back there for Vataru. Great strength against Kovačić. Rolled it towards Semenyo. It was a little bit in behind of Semenyo. That's where Semenyo couldn't get that touch right. And the touch took the ball out of play. And you mentioned Semenyo did get a shot off, but gone out of touch. And Croatia won a free kick through Baturina. Just a reminder, England goalless with Panama at the moment. New Jersey, so Croatia lead the group. And lead Ghana by goals nil here in Philadelphia. Gets out Sučić, the only goal of this contest so far. Modrić passes, deflects off of Semenyo. This is forwards now controlled from Satalo, back for Livakovic. Whips it towards the halfway line, headed away from Sibo, trapped on the chest of Semenyo. Now Semenyo towards his left-hand side, and here come Ghana with Sulemana on the left-hand side. Sulemana puts the ball in towards the back post, control for Vataru, but taken off his toes and Perisic. This is much more like it from Ghana, but now Croatia. They bounced over halfway with Kovačić. Kovačić trying to find the run of Budimir. That was well covered though from Apong. Now Sare rolls that to Apong. It is Partey. Sibo. Sibo turns by the centre. It looks like Semenyo and Ayew is a front two at the moment. Has a front halfway of Mensah. Sulemana wide left. Vataru wide on the opposite side. Who drills to the feet of Ayew, holds it up midway inside the Croatia half, but Ayew doesn't get the free kick. Baturina hits it outside the right boot, trying to get Budimir in behind. That's good pace there from Lukasen. Lukasen played it down the far side. Intercepted though, but a free kick's gone against Croatia. Push from Budimir on Lukasen. It was a relief for Lukasen because his clearance went straight to the feet. But one of Croatia's biggest threats in Baturina. So Ghana's short free kick given to Partey. Partey in the centre, right-footed, flicked up in the air from Mensah. Mensah about 4 yards going halfway. Mensah trying to cut in. Mensah tackle, but it rolls here for Sibo. Now Sibo coming towards the halfway line. Sibo right-footed. Now Ghana 5 yards over halfway for Taru. Infield to Thomas Partey. Partey under a bit of pressure from Budimir. Partey into his right foot, short and centre circle for Siba. Now Ghana just having some possession. That's a diagonal from Lukasen. He does find Sulemana wide left. Sulemana gets around his man. Sulemana's cross almost found Ayew. Turn behind for Luka Modrić for a corner kick. Croatia need to wake up here. Ghana, open 10 minutes in the second half, have been by far the better team. Great distribution from right-sided centre-back from Lukasen. Sulemana one touch to get past Stanisic. Dangerous looking low ball. Almost found the right foot of Ayew, but Modrić just slid the ball behind for a corner kick. Now taken wide left from Ayew, punched in the air for Kovačić, sparred in the box, headed down for Lukasen, head away for Croatia, and then a shot for Sulemana, blocked from Modrić, chasing it down. Ayew wins that 50-50 challenge, and then Sibo gets onto the ball in the centre circle. Pass back to feet of Mensah. Now Ghana need to try and keep this tempo up. Sibo receives it in the centre circle, and a short pass from Ayew. Mensah just shy of halfway, left-footed. Sulemana lifts it over the top of Stanisic, but also takes it out of play in the process. Stanisic commit himself. Relief there. Sulemana is about to leave him for dead. So throw here for Croatia's sake. Ghana need to make the most of this pressure. So Croatia have that quality to punish you. So throw for Stanisic. It's controlled on the chest of Mensah. And now it is Lukasen. So he's right to Sinai. Sinai. It's in midfield to Sibo. Here's Sinai. So Ghana 50% of possession control in this contest compared to Croatia's 47%. Ghana just beyond halfway. Now looking towards Ayew is Sinai. Ayew slips though. Croatia have a back. Baturina challenged by Sinai, but that'll do for Croatia. Get themselves a throw. Intense instructions. Croatian bench by Zlatko Dalić. It's his third straight tournament, and it's a great achievement for Dalić. We're now taken now as Croatia over halfway. Baturina carries it out of touch. He's been chased down from Fatawu. So the throw taken from Ghana. Thomas Partey. Shy of the centre, but Partey now. A sort of reverse pass to Siba. Siba takes heavy touch, but just about pass it across the face of Sučić. Ghana passing on the left wing. It is Mensah on the ball. That was down the centre circle to Apon. Lukasen, who's just over halfway. Now Fatawu. Fatawu up against Perisic. Out of Fatawu now. Cut inside, gets the crosses. Attain holds a clearance. That's got his own man from Pongratic, but Kovačić gets down on top of the ball. Scary moment there for Croatia. There was a simple clearance away for Pongratic, deflect off his own man in Luka Modrić. Couldn't really do anything about that, Modrić. Ayew was trying to get himself in between Pongratic and the ball, but it was brave for Kovačić to slide down and get onto the ball because Ayew was desperate for a piece of it. And actually, the keeper, Kovačić, got a clip on the back of his head from Pongratic, but he's back on his feet now, Kovačić. So here's Modrić. It's the feet of Perisic. Croatia back in their box with Pongratic. Sitalo. Croatia midway in their half. Stanisic now gets his pass away. Picked and play from Sučić. Sučić now has Mensah all over the back of Modrić. Line breaking pass. Kovačić over halfway now. Here's Croatia inside left. Baturina and rolls in the box. Vlasic controls, facing away from goal. And now Perisic in the middle, 25 yards from the target. Goes square to Stanisic, ball into eye for Perisic, still in play, cleared out the box from Sinai. Croatia chasing it down. Good legs there from Kovačić, gets on halfway, squares to Modrić, first time. It's the feet of Pongratic. Hour played here in Philadelphia, Croatia 1, Ghana 0. Just a reminder if you are watching the game as well as listening, make sure you are watching through your local broadcaster. Luka Modrić in line with the centre circle in this half. It's his partner Kovačić, now on the way back to Luka Modrić, being chased down for Semenyo. Square to Satalo. Now tap to Stanisic. Satalo goes down, referee waves play on. Croatia on their right hand side. Sharp turn here from Vlasic. England have scored against Panama, so England back to the top of Group L. Jude Bellingham with the goal in New Jersey. And here is Croatia holding up in the centre. Now it's a ball out to Stanisic. Stanisic puts the cross in. Batarina fed it from the centre, Stanisic, but it's crossed too close to Asari. Asari now looking to set away for Tawu. And just marking his neck towards the ball was Satalo. It was a Jude Bellingham volley. And a corner kick. That's England in the front in New Jersey. So England top the Group L on 7 points. Croatia second on 6, Ghana third on 4, but Ghana will be going through as one of third place teams. That will happen no matter what. Kovačić in possession for Croatia. Back now to Pongracic. Pongracic plays that in between Ayew and Sibo. Croatia have space to move it across the middle of their half. Last of halfway from Sucic. Now Sucic has it back from Stanisic. Modrić close to the centre circle, just delicately clips it towards the left-hand side. Perisic heads it backwards. Kovačić has time on the ball. Kovačić just under 40 yards from the target. And now it is Batarina to pass it back in the centre circle to Pongracic. Satalo. Croatia just the front halfway. Tidy feet from Sucic. Centre circle again. Satalo out to wide left. Perisic midway inside his half. Gives it to Kovačić. Now Modrić, Kovačić again, level of the centre circle. Now inside it is Sucic, caught in possession against Sulemana. Sulemana now through the middle for Ghana, and that's a poor pass there for Sulemana. Couldn't feed Semenyo down the inside left. And now it's Kovačić to Modrić by the centre circle. Just behind halfway, Modrić. Square to Batarina, brilliant opportunity there for Ghana. Sulemana so poor with his pass. Not in a good game really, Sulemana. Here's Kovačić, adjacent to the centre circle in this half. Now, 4 yards behind him to Modrić, square to Satalo. 63 minutes on the clock here in Philadelphia. Croatia 1, Ghana 0. I mentioned a moment ago that is the same scoreline. England's favour against Panama. Jude Bellingham with a volley. So here is Croatia just in possession. Half, and now it's back here with Satalo. Satalo fitted to Pongracic. Perisic. Pass goes in the D to Pongracic. Pongracic fits it into the feet of Stanisic. Good press in here by Sulemana. Pass from Croatia goes back to Satalo. He goes long. Ball bounce over halfway. Hooked forward to Mensah. Controlled here by Sibo. Now Sibo on the ball again in the centre circle. Partey to Sibo. Wasn't a pass into feet though. So Batarina could chase it down. Sibo had time to pass it back to Asare. Asare wrong foot to Budimir. Asare long towards the inside right. It's just a calm header back from Perisic. Just in the air there for Livakovic to just catch that. His area now, Livakovic. It's out in front of him. Clips it through the middle. Good climbing header there from Lukasen. Now lifted up in the air from Partey in the centre circle. Plays it to his partner Sibo. 3 yards shy of halfway is Mensah. Sulemana against Stanisic. Good feet here. Now Semenyo on the wide left. Taubel. Semenyo against Stanisic. Semenyo, can he get a ball in? It's blocked from Stanisic, and it will be a Ghana corner on the left-hand side. It's now 2-0 to England in New Jersey. Harry Kane adding to his tally this competition. So England well on course now to top Group L. Croatia stands to be finishing second ahead of Ghana, but that can change. Ghana a goal down. 25 minutes to go. Ayu's delivery headed away from Pongracic and then fully cleared out the area from Perisic, and Ghana in the centre circle with Mensah. Mensah, long diagonal. It's controlled, almost controlled. Fatawu just got away from him in the end. So goal number 3, Harry Kane by way in the tournament. And delivery on the left-hand side headed in by Harry Kane. Jude Bellingham, goal and assist in that game in New Jersey. So is Budimir making way for Croatia. On in his place is Matanovic. So, Matanovic just needs to be that battering ram up top. Croatia in possession of Perisic, direct ball towards Matanovic. But he wins a flick on into the box, but headed down from Mensah. Mensah's goalkeeper, Igor Matanovic, win his first flick on. And now it is Ghana moving just over halfway. Semenyo, no real forward pass on, so let's go back to Mensah. And now it is Senai. Senai, just over halfway. Towards Semenyo, just bounce off his knee, goes backwards, and now Croatia turn halfway with Igor Matanovic. Kovačić now looking to strike through the middle, caught in possession, gets his opposite number, Sebo. Sebo won the ball in the referee's eyes. Sebo pass ball for Fatawu. Fatawu then caught from Perisic. And that'll be a free kick to Ghana and a yellow card as well to Perisic. Again, a pretty easy decision there for the referee to make. It was a clear foul from Perisic on Fatawu. The hydration break will be coming very, very shortly. The referee's insinuating here. The free kick to me. It definitely will be a free kick. Perisic showing a yellow card. So Perisic just displaying his frustration. He's showing the yellow card. Looks like now the hydration break is happening here in Philadelphia, where Croatia lead Ghana by a goal to nil. Petar Sučić strike was a really good one. 25 yards out in the first half. Just going into the bottom right-hand corner of Benjamin Asari's net. Ghana have been such a solid outfit this tournament. Disappointed to concede their first goal, just a minor England 2-0 up against Panama. Jude Bellingham volleying in the corner and setting up a goal for Harry Kane, cross onto header. Harry Kane is third of the competition. It was a brilliant game, the opening game of this group between England and Croatia. 4-2 win, and England be relieved that they've stepped up second half in New Jersey after 3 halves of not scoring. Croatia will be dreaming of maybe getting to another final. Did so 8 years back. Could they do it again? Who knows? They were third in the last tournament. So could this be another one? Maybe they can make it a trio of tournaments of getting to the last 4. Who knows? But and Croatia's that mentality they have is just so key, and always looked at as international football dark horses. Croatia, they do have a seriously aged squad, but they've just got so much quality. Luka Modrić still running the midfield, and they do have a overall, say, sort of limited talent pool. Croatia. This isn't that peak. I say the peak Croatia side on paper, but again, finalists 2018 and third last time out. And Ghana again haven't been out of too many World Cups. That's an understatement. And they were there in 2018, and that's it. So this is a great achievement. So Ghana, they got through the groups in 2022, and then they've been at too many World Cups. Of Ghana, they got to the last 16. There haven't been too many competitions. Ghana, again, they got to the last 16 in 2006 in the tournament, and in 2010 quarterfinals, of course, that famous game against Uruguay. So double substitution for Ghana. Looks to be Thomas Partey and Numa who have come on for Ghana. So, 2 substitutions made by Carlos Queiroz. So it was Ghana on the ball at the back. It's Lukasen who goes long, cleared away from Perisic, and will be a throw for Ghana. About midway inside their half. Now taken from Sinai again inside. Didn't quite reach Semenyo. Croatia strong to get out defence here. Partey press 9, he's pushing it back from Gracic. So free kick to Ghana. On the inside right, being about 25 yards from goal. It's a definite two-handed push to the back of Thomas Partey. And Ernest Numa. So take the free kick here for Ghana. So it was Ayew and Sulemana, the pair made way for Brandon Thomas Asante and Ernest Numa. So Numa puts the free kick in towards the back post. It's turned in, and Ghana are level. Derek Lukasen, the centre back. Such a cool finish, and Ghana are back into the top 2 of Group L, and they deserve it. What they brought to the second half. Lukasen puts his hands behind his head. Is a flag gone up? I'm a bit confused. Is a flag gone up against Lukasen? I think it may have. Joy short-lived for Ghana by the looks of it. They're surrounding the referee. Really important instant impact for Ernest Numa off the bench. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm not sure if Lukasen was off or not. That's extremely tight, I have to say. So will this be looked at by VAR? Yes, it will. So Lukasen, it was a really nice finish, by the way. Sort of side-footed with his left foot underneath the goalkeeper. So the check is ongoing. Will this Ghana goal stand up? Very, very tight, hard one to call. Whether Lukasen was on or not. So the technology now still having a look, and 2-0 against Panama by way. England came with the goal, so England top in the group on 7 points. As it stands, Croatia second on 6, Ghana third on 4. Was that about to change? Will this goal from Lukasen stand? So Luka Modrić just talking to the referee, his hand over his mouth. We are allowed to do that when you're talking to the referee. And Almiron's red card for Paraguay came when he was saying something to an opposition player. So still, we wait here in Philadelphia as to whether this will count. And the Ghana fans still in great voice. They know they'll be going through to the knockouts of this tournament. Again, I'm not sure Lukasen was off there. There was a Ghanaian man off, but he didn't get the touch on the ball. And I'll tell you what, the referee called across to the monitor. So will this be ruled out or not? And the finish from Lukasen, the delivery from Ernest Numa was bang on the money as well. So a tense wait around the ground as to whether this will count. And the referee having a look here. Again, was there a possible foul on a Ghana player in the box, and still being checked out here by VAR. So it looks like the referee is going to make his final decision and announce it to the crowd. So will this goal stand? I mean, that looked to be a foul on the Ghana player. The goal will stand. There was no offside, and Ghana are definitely level in Philadelphia. That sets the last quarter now up perfectly. And huge credit to the centre-back Lukasen. Just a calm side-footed finish on the volley. And how's that for an instant impact? Ernest Numa with the free kick. And Lukasen just stuck out that left boot. He knew just needed that touch. Wrong foot to Kovačić. And on the bounce of play, Ghana certainly deserve it. So, 77.5 minutes on the clock. There'll be a fair bit of stoppage time. The amount of time that took. And the referee made that announcement. Just the gleeful looks on all the Ghana fans' faces. So back on the way, Ghana volley forward. And the Croatian restart, the volley from the goal scorer Lukasen. Straight back to Kovačić. And it's rolled short now to Stanisic. Long down the right-hand side. Now Croatia. Infield. Coming up towards the box, and still Croatia have it. That's a good tackle one there from Lukasen. And clear it long. And Croatia now it's back here by Kovačić, came off Mateo Kovačić just now. So Croatia in possession at the back here with Satalo. Square to Pongracic. Now Ghana full of energy, chasing from the front with Semenyo. Goes square. Croatia go for long ball, headed away. For a throw-in. The header was met there by the head of the centre-back upon. Croatia throw it back. Thanks to Satala. 79 minutes on the clock. Croatia 1, Ghana 1. Here's Satala. Now Perisic. Turn inside the D from Pongracic. So Ghana know the point will be enough to get them the top 2 finish in Group L. But Croatia points certainly not the end of the world. And they will put their place in the knockouts with the point. Croatia in defensive midfield with Pasalic at the moment. And now here's Modrić. Rolls it halfway. Complete missed the ball there for Stanisic, and then Stanisic bundles Fatawu down to the ground. That'll be a free kick for Ghana. Virtue on halfway, taken here from Menta to Partey. Now play towards Semenyo, just over halfway from Upon. Now control just over halfway from the fullback Sanaya. Sanaya clip from Batarina. Free kick in Ghana's favour. 10 minutes to go here in Philadelphia. Croatia 1, Ghana 1. Finish was a real good one from Lukasen. The passion was superb from the Ghana players and fans. That goal winning Ghana go long. Straight back now with Luka Modrić. And Luka Modrić will just go across his area to the centre backs. Will he just go for direct route maybe to Igor Matanovic? Luka Modrić wondering what to do. So Luka Modrić now just telling his teammates to push up a bit higher. So it goes long. Back on one, headed away though from Ghana. Now Croatia back the attacking third. Partey in the box. Partey shot. What a save! Asare tipping over Partey just behind the penalty area. Ghana struggling to clear their lines. And Partey let fly. It was a header one from Mensah. Again, complete miscontrol from Sibo. It was fed short to Partey from Batarina. And Partey let fly. Superbly tipped over. Asare. So corner kick on the right-hand side for Luka Modrić. 8 minutes to go here. Croatia know it's finishing the top two. They've got to win. One apiece. Luka Modrić, corner from the right-hand side. Headed towards goal, it's in! Croatia lead! For the second time, it's Nikola Vlasic. His header via the post into Asare's bottom right-hand corner. And Croatia are just showing why they got to the last four in the last couple of tournaments. That never say die attitude. And Croatia are now back into second spot. Luka Modrić, a peach of a corner kick, a free header for Nikola Vlasic. Ghana have been brilliant in their opening two games defensively, but Carlos Queiroz be fuming how Vlasic has just had a free header. He planted it low towards the keeper's right, in off the post. What a moment for Nikola Vlasic as he just scored a winning goal on the game on the global stage. Croatia back in second, 2-1 ahead. So Ghana quickly going forwards, now Croatia get it back. Here's Modrić, Kovačić in the D. Long ball towards Matanovic, volleyed away from Sinai. Flick on now towards the path of Semenyo. Kovačić gets there, turns and clears it. Over halfway. Nice first touch, and that was surely a foul on Igor Matanovic by Kwasi Sibo. And the referee does award a free kick in favour of Croatia. So looks like it will be a last substitution for Ghana. It is Kwasi Sibo off, Caleb Iñaki on to just add that fresh legs in the centre midfield. So free kick from Croatia taken short. Modrić now back to Partey. Luka Modrić and just drills it right footed. Look at Matanovic headed down from Lukasen. Now Iñaki to Sinai. Ghana over halfway. It's good footwork from Ernest Numa. Numa though dispossessed. And now Modrić over halfway, inside left, slows himself down. Out here to Batarina. Batarina's balling, couldn't find Matanovic. Knocked the head away for Pong. Croatia, not at halfway now. Just Just a diving header towards ball from Perisic. Now Paslic to Modrić, and Croatia just slowing it down in midfield. 5 minutes normal time left in Philadelphia. Croatia 2, Ghana 1. Just a reminder, if you are watching as well as listening, make sure you are watching through your local broadcaster. And there was a clip there on Gračić. Looked to be from Semenyo. The ball is kicked out of touch. Yet Semenyo's down, holding his ankle. And Gračić just in a conversation with the referee. And Gračić back on his feet. Just a reminder, England leading 2-0 against Panama. So England fully set to win the group. Bellingham and Kane with the goals. There's slightly discomfort here for Antoine Semenyo. It looked like he made the foul on Gračić and then maybe hurt himself making that challenge on Croatia left-sided centre-back. This is the last thing Ghana need. So they know they'll be in the knockouts. Just a question of who they'll play. Vlasic, at the moment it stands, is booking a date with Portugal. They play Colombia later on. So if Portugal win the group, then it will be Colombia who Croatia play if they retain the lead. So all to play for. As for Ghana, as it stands, it'd be Ghana against Colombia. So it's a stressful end of Ghana fans now. Seems of they want to avoid Portugal. I think they'll be thinking Portugal the more likely team to win Group K with Colombia tonight. So Marco Paslic and Joško Vardiol now come on for Croatia. Until Semenyo off the field, hobbling, that's not a good sign. And will Semenyo be able to come back on? So Modrić now in possession, plays it over halfway. Now here come Croatia, inside right, cross towards Matanovic, gets under control and just gets away from him at the last minute. And quickly, Sari gets himself on top of the ball by Baturina and Vlasic. The match winners, it stands. The pair came off for Marco Paslic and Joško Vardiol. It is Ghana in possession at the back. Sinai. Let's go down the near side, cleared away from Croatia. Now it is Matanovic taking it down left-hand side, holding off Sinai. Now Perisic to Matanovic. Now sets up for Modrić in the D. Not really a shooting angle for Modrić. And a shot from Marco Paslic blocked. And the offside flag up against Marco Paslic. So free kick for Ghana. Now it's played quickly into the feet of Mensah. Mensah, long ball over top. Semenyo is fine now, back on the field. Semenyo holds it up, but he made his run too early. Into the last minute of normal time in Philadelphia. And Semenyo just moved a bit gingerly here. Hopefully he will be fine to continue, because he's not moving so well still. So free kick for Luka Modrić to drill towards Matanovic. His header spiraling in the air, goes backwards, then header from Marco Paslic, controlled and played forwards first time from Ghana. And Croatia have it back in defence, and was there push down Semenyo inside the box, nothing given, and then Croatia get themselves a free kick, level with the centre circles, a foul from Yerenki. So we have 7 minutes of stoppage time in Philadelphia. So So, who will finish in second spot as it stands will be Croatia. So Croatia with Josko Vardiol. Vardiol tackled from Sinai. Now Sinai slips and Vardiol has it back. Vardiol into the box. Vardiol brought down from Sinai. It was right on the edge of the area. So it will be a free kick to Croatia. It was a clear foul there for Sneijder's. Hands all around the waist of Josko Vardiol. So, free kick right on the edge of the area for Luka Modrić to take. So Modrić now standing square on. Modrić puts a low free kick and cleared away at the near post though. And it's Numa controls in the Ghana box. Numa now towards halfway. Was there a foul there in Semenyo? There was indeed. Push there now. Croatia needs to get everyone back quickly. Just over a minute gone in stoppage time. Croatia take the quick free kick from Yerenki. No foul on Thomas Partey, and Croatia come forwards with Pasalic. The two Pasalic's link up. And, Marco and Mario. And now Croatia moon it through the attacking third. Shot blocked. It came from Marco Pasalic. And Vardiol clips it towards the far side. Can Croatia get across and tackle comes in from Menta. And it didn't deflect back off Marco Pasalic, so it will be a corner kick to Croatia on the right hand side. With 2 minutes left in the first half. In the second half, and Croatia almost there. 5 minutes of stoppage time to go. Modrić, short corner. Modrić wants it back. So Modrić into the feet of Perisic. That's a completely over it cross there from Ivan Perisic. And out of touch for Ghana. Goal kick. Thomas Partey runs the path here of Lukasen. Down the inside right, headed away from Josko Vardiol. Ghana now moving back towards the halfway line. Need to get it forwards. Ghana, 3 minutes of the 7 gone. Stop shining the end of this match. A Pong's diagonal ball controlled on the chest of Numa. Numa now forwards towards Thomas Sante. Deflects off Thomas Sante, then breaks here for Mario Pasalic. His pass cut out from Thomas Partey. Again, good take on the turn from Thomas Asante. Now Semenyo. Square to Partey in the middle. Partey first time towards head of Semenyo, but it's nodded away from Pongratic, and it bounces towards Pongratic again to smack it away. Midway into 7 minutes of stoppage time. But head tennis going on. Poke forwards from Ghana. Clearance falls back to Thomas Partey. Ghana right side, right side of the box of Numa. He's tackled by Modrić, and then Modrić blocks a shot from Sinai. Perisic now square, and can Croatia counter? And then it's a foul committed from a Pong on Matanovic, and the yellow card shown to a Pong as well. 3 minutes of stoppage time left. Luka Modrić has been an absolute warrior by the way. Yeah, excellent performance from him. England have beaten Panama by 2-0, so England will be winning the group. So, free kick to be played here. Short, I imagine, by Croatia, yeah. It is indeed. So Modrić now stroked over halfway. It's the feet of Pasalic, now down line for Perisic. Perisic on the byline. Attempts to cross, it deflects out. What looks to surely to going to be a corner kick. Thought to the deflection, yep, it did. It will be a Croatia corner on the left-hand side. Just 2 minutes of stoppage time left. 2 minutes separate.